What is something that makes you say, man, I freaking hate people? Working in customer service. That is what killed my faith in humanity. Everyone wants it free and now, or I'll get you fired. You stick to the rules and customer complains to higher ups, and they give them what they want anyways. You try to work with the customers and high ups get on your case for not doing it right. Absolutely. If you have never worked in customer service before, I can assure you it's worse than you think. There definitely are a lot of harder jobs out there, but I swear I lose my sanity working customer service. Worse are the people who treat you like the scum of the earth. Try and claim you should break company policy or do something illegal for them, and then scream, I work customer service, so I know how things should be. People who don't return their grocery cart. Like, who do you think you are? At Aldi you can pay for the privilege of not returning the cart. When people twist the truth and accuse you of things you didn't do, and people side with them. People who can't take no for an answer and will push you to agree/accept what they say. People who can't accept criticism when they mess up and affect other people's lives. People who can't have a discussion where they are being told a fact and they disprove it because back in the day, or authority arguments should always win. It teaches you some hardcore patience when you have to deal with people like these on the daily. Porch pirates. People thinking, hey, I know that's not mine, but I want it, so I'm taking it, makes my blood boil. My dog ran away 5 days ago, and I've been posting on every website trying to find him. Someone posted him as found yesterday and someone else claimed him. Had to contact the police to help me finally get him back after 5 hours of headache, because the person that found him blocked me, and they were only trying to cooperate after the Facebook group that originally thought he was returned to his rightful owner put them on blast for stealing my dog. People freaking suck, man. When they did something obviously wrong and still openly denies it. Anytime I hear about ape gangs, child prostitution rings or morgue parties, a lot of people are just screwed in the head. People that find the utmost joy in saying nasty stuff behind others' back. Either that or people that plot on other people's demise, like sit there and watch them make a mistake, only to use it against them for their own personal gain, when they could have just helped them in the first place. People who say, oh, it's their job to clean up after me, or I'm making sure that they are still employed as an excuse for not cleaning up after themselves in public. Like, no. You don't leave a soda spilled everywhere and then not even attempt to clean it up. You don't leave rolls and rolls of toilet paper all over the floor in the bathroom. You don't leave bags of popcorn and drinks and popcorn all over a theater floor and seats. Take responsibility. Clean up your mess. People who litter, especially when there is a bin literally a meter away. I work at a university. This was the first week back to school, and I've seen so much litter everywhere. Earlier this week I watched a girl drop a stack of napkins on the ground, look at them on the ground, look around to see if anyone was watching, kicked them under a car, and then walked away. It's not like it was windy or anything. They were right by her feet. People being buttholes to servers/hosts at a restaurant. I was a server, and I was told that suicide is the only way out. Looked at me like they wanted me to off myself right there with a dinner fork for their amusement. What rotten people I had to deal with. Plastic litter on nature trails is really fricked up to me. Like, how does one enjoy a nature trail and at the same time think it's okay if we all toss Gatorade bottles there? Lately there have been quite a few instances of someone or potentially multiple people putting poisoned meat out near dog parks. There is absolutely no valid reason to do that, and I hope they catch the butt wipes. When a coworker decides to correct me by sending a passive-aggressive email and copying the boss and the whole group instead of just saying something to me privately and in person. Managers firing competent workers to secure their own position. Much worse is managers refusing to fire incompetent workers because they are lazy or don't want to stir the pot. People who drive drunk or texting. But I can do it. It's just everyone else who'd be dangerous when they do it. When I worked at Target, a woman came in with like 90 coupons, and all of them worked, except one that was expired. I handed it back to her and explained it couldn't be used, and she asked if I could just put it through. I told her I couldn't, but that the rest worked, and she was saving about $150 already, hoping it would soothe her. Nope, that last coupon was the one she really wanted, and I was a stupid bee. I called my manager over as this woman is literally screaming over this one coupon that I literally cannot push through without supervisor approval. It was over $10 and I'm panicking. Finally my manager comes over. I tell her it's expired and she just puts it through the customer, complained to her about me, and she wrote me up then and there, even telling the customer that she was taking care of me. Now mom, so don't worry. Might seem trivial but it freaking drives me nuts when people get off an escalator and just stop and decide where they want to go next. It's like I can't stop this thing, you need to keep moving. Also people who stand in doorways. This happened to me at the airport a few weeks ago. Guy gets to the top of the escalator with his huge piece of luggage, stops instantly, and pulls out his phone to look at something. Meanwhile myself and about 6 other people with their own luggage are right behind him. Of course he still had the audacity to get upset when I pushed past him and let him know he needs to move. I don't get it. So a guy was tailgating me. Seriously. Not like he was kinned off clothes. I'm talking I tap brakes and we are both done kinned off clothes. I'm going over the speed limit too. So when he finally goes to pass me, I go to flick him off. I turn to do it, but has already flicking me off, totally taking the steam out of my middle finger. He was the one driving like an butthole. People who mistreat animals. I just can't fathom the mindset that enables someone to hurt truly innocent creatures. You've come in early every single day since you started. We've given you a number of new job requirements that weren't a part of the position when you started, and you've done everything well enough that there have been no complaints. But we just can't give you that raise because your position's title just doesn't dictate that we give you more. Also the company is in flux, don't you know? And even though the CEO's salary went up by $1 million this year, we just don't have the ability to give you $5,000 more a year. But if you keep doing your job as well as you have been, and you keep up with all the new things we keep giving you to do despite them not being really your job, well then maybe after another year, we can maybe have a discussion about maybe giving you more compensation. Maybe. YouTube/Instagram/social media influencers who make a living off being an obnoxious piece of crap, with thousands/millions of mindless drones rooting them on, buying their merch, giving them advertising power, and imitating them. Edit. And to clarify, I'm not talking about all influencers, I'm specifically talking about ones who harass, annoy, and distress people, usually completely random bystanders, cause drama, and have a mindless legion of followers who support it all the way. The fact that people at festivals care about Earth and the amount of litter on the ground is disgusting. Not to mention, even if every bit of it was picked up it would still end up on the ground and these people somehow think okay, kind of a giant double standard, if you ask me. I once had to do a call back to a customer. I worked for an optician, so all customer/patient information is confidential and is protected by the Data Protection Act, UK. Basically what the act means is that we can only speak to the named customer on the account unless they have personally authorized us to speak to someone else. So I call this guy back and his wife picks up. I say where I'm calling from and that I need to speak to him directly. She says that's okay, you can speak to me. I explain that unfortunately due to the DPA I can't and will call back later if he's not available. Cue a nuclear ant from this crazy lady that she's worked with the DPA for years and how dare I, and she's gonna call her lawyer and let me speak to your manager. So I transferred her to my manager who told her the exact same thing. I wonder if she ever did call her lawyer. I kind of hope she did, as they would probably have laughed her out of the building. And the worst is that only the entitled get to break the guidelines. Whereas really genuinely nice people will come through and have an expired coupon and will just accept it, and those people I actually want to give the coupon to, but I have to follow store policy. But then someone else will come up, scream long enough that the rules shouldn't apply to them, and then they don't. That's literally the freaking worst. They give you these guidelines and rules, but the instant an entitled piece of crap customer gets upset all of it goes out the window. The manager gets to come down and be the hero, while you look like an idiot for following the rules laid out for you. Even better when you get reprimanded for not instantly giving the customer whatever they desire. Thank you so much for watching, and soobscrooble if you want.